Number 4. Yeah, baby. We are rocking out day number 4. And today is why must you grow your list? Anyway, I just thought I'd rock it out and get your attention, wake you up or keep you awake, depending on what time of the day it is. Today we're covering why most people don't convert even when they're growing their list. Also, the biggest objection that people have around emailing and how to nurture your list in a way that feels more natural, not so salesy and not exhausting. And I'm also going to show you the complete customer's lifecycle journey. So what we've been covering over the past 3 days is a very small part, which is the getting them in and getting that new person that's never seen or heard about you before onto the list. Then we move them into the next stage of educating them a little bit. But there is a complete customer life cycle. So we're going to also have a high-level overview of that today. Are you excited? Yes? Lovely to see. I want to know who are the people that have been here for 4 days, Ash, every day so far. Not right now. We're going to do our countdown with our theme song, and I'll be back in 3.5 when we get stuck into the content.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just
Hey, welcome everybody to day number 4. 2 days to go. Well, today and tomorrow. So excited to have you all here. Look at all of these beautiful. What are you showing me? Stay on track. Is that what it says? I can't see all the words. That's okay.
Stay back.
Stay back. Thank you, Bridget. Awesome. All right, guys, let me know where you're all joining us from in the big wide world. So lovely to have you here. Welcome, Sharon from Brisbane. Welcome, Judy from Melbourne. Oh, my little thingies are tiny. Let's make them bigger. Whoop. There we go. Judy from Melbourne. We got Dominic from Kansas. And we got Charles jumping in from Kentucky. And we got Melbourne. We got US. I love all of this. So, guys, I love that we're all over the world. Oh, and Geelong. Look at that. We got a couple of G-Town people. Lara, just down the road from me. I know it's the closest client I've ever had. And you know what? We've still never been in the same room together. All right, guys, welcome to day number 4. So today what we're going to do here at List Growth Made Easy, drop in the chat if you're here live or hashtag replay, because even replay viewers get a ticket into the prize draw. And all I want to say is whether you join the GSD accelerator that we spoke about yesterday or not, today is still for everybody. Every day builds upon the next. And today is actually about doing something that actually makes list growth work long term, right? So it's really important what we're going to cover today. Yesterday was huge, right? We showed you the full list growth system. We showed you how when you keep starting and restarting, it will kill your momentum. Yesterday, we also wanted you to lock down your lead magnet name. And for some of you, you decided to hang around and we did After Dark, which was really great as well. So a huge congratulations to all of you. But there's one more piece people often miss, and that's what today is all about. So let's talk about why most lists don't convert, even when they're growing. And the biggest objections I hear so many of our clients or people before they become clients, because after they become clients, we shake that out of them. But what's their objections around emailing people? So let me know in the chat. Let's be honest. Have you ever thought, oh, I just don't want to annoy people? And so you don't send that email. Let me know. I've got lots of head nods and hand raises going on here inside of Zoom, right? Well, today is for you. So, yep, drop us some fire emojis if you're ready to shift that limiting belief around, oh, I just don't want to annoy people. All right, just a quick housekeeping. Don't forget, Replay Hub, listgrowthmadeeasy.com/home base. And don't forget to reach out to your success coach if you've got any questions or you win any prizes. And also, I love watching all of your live streams inside the Facebook group. Now, you don't need to do everything perfect over this event, right? But you just need to stay present. So for those of you who have committed to this being your only learning and development this week, I take my hat off to you. Everybody give them a clap. And a huge shout out for Mary Martin, choosing to live life with a gratitude mindset. I actually have a friend who wrote a book on gratitude and the importance of writing daily gratitude, or if not, multiple times a day, writing gratitude. My husband and I had it's up in the cupboard now. We should probably bring it down. 2 jars on the side of each other's bed. And whenever we were grateful about the other, we would write a little note and we would throw it in the gratitude jar. And then once a year or so, we would pull out the gratitude jar and just randomly pull out some pieces of paper and read them to each other. So there's another little gratitude tip. And when I used to do we used to do a vision board challenge, and we used to get people to actually create their own gratitude jars so that at the end of the year you could pull them out and read your daily gratitudes as well. So I truly also believe in gratitude. Sylvia, getting stuff done in the background no matter what's happening, and she's moving house in the snow. So they reckon there's a few really stressful times in our life. You know, death is stressful when you lose somebody. Moving house ranks up there as one of the most stressful things that you can go through. So Sylvia, I take my hat off to you for still getting that shit done. Tammy Murphy, reaching out when she needs help and not being afraid to ask. That's huge, right? Because sometimes you feel like it's easier just to try and figure it out yourself because you don't want to sound silly. How often I hear people come in and go, I've just got a stupid question. And it's like, well, it's not stupid. It's just something that you don't know yet, and ask. Like in our team, we want people to be self-sufficient. Like, don't come to me if you haven't Googled first, looked at the help desk first, and then if you've spent 15 minutes, if you can reach out to somebody and ask a question that's going to save you hours of Google, for sure. Smart people Google first, but smarter people pop into the VOZ and go, quick question, right? Because we have somebody in there to help get you unstuck when you need to. So Tammy Murphy, and recognizing that you need to ask for help, because honestly, this business owner's journey that we're all on together, it's not the easy path. And sometimes we don't have the type of support around us that we need. Our family are there for us and they support us and they only want the best for us. And what can happen is a lot of the times they can see us trying and failing at things and they just want to keep us safe. So they, like my mum used to say to me, you know, go get a real job. Right? I was like, it will be one day, I said to her. And I get it. You know, my mum, what she wanted was to keep me safe. You know, look after your husband, get a job that is consistent income. Now, and she's right, but she's not correct, right? She might be right in thinking, but at the end of the day, she's not correct, because I would be miserable. And what a lot of people, how many people out there go to their significant other and you ask for permission to invest in yourself? And I understand when there's a big investment involved, we need to. But when we approach it and speak, and this is a life lesson, not just for asking to invest in yourself, but asking for anything. This is a life skill. If there's something that you truly want, you should not be going to your family, your partner, and your friends and asking for permission. You should be going there with a plan of what it is that you want to do and what you will achieve when you do it. And go there with certainty, because certainty wins every time. And then once you tell them what it is that you're goaling for, then you ask them for help. You ask them for support in something that you want to do. And it's a truly hard, because us as business owners, it's really hard for us because we make big decisions. Am I going to spend that amount of money on marketing? Am I going to spend that amount on a coach? Am I going to invest in joining this community? Right? Like, we're about to go and invest big money in joining the Chamber of Commerce, right? Because there are other like-minded people in the Chamber of Commerce that we want to surround ourselves with. Ash said something which is a quote that I love. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room, because then you're in the wrong room, right? It's one of my favorite quotes. I want to be the smartest dumb person in the room is probably my take on it. Right? So as you move forward, and this is what I teach to my daughter, if you truly want something, come, tell us what you're going to do, and then ask for support in your decision. Because we're all on this journey of life, even though we have partners there to support us, it's still our life, right? I can't remember, like when I was in network marketing, how often I was told not to do it. It's a pyramid scheme, and, all these preconceived ideas people had. It was about them not being educated about what network marketing actually is. One, it's a personal development company in disguise. And secondly, it's a bit of a gateway drug to being an entrepreneur. And that's where I discovered it wasn't really the product that I was selling. It was helping people that I loved the most. So growing a team was what I focused on more than selling the product. I won all the team awards, but none of the selling awards. So whatever it is you want to do moving forward, just have certainty in it. And then for your significant other and your friends and family, if you know there is something that you truly want, go to them with a plan, right? I remember sitting there trying to complain to my husband how things aren't working. They shouldn't be your sounding board when it comes to business. You should have business buddies that are your sounding board. So when you are sitting down at the dinner table, they get you and not you still stuck in your business mindset. So I highly recommend, no matter where you choose to go and what you choose to do, that you do find yourself a community of like-minded people, because it's the thing that's going to keep you going when things get hard. They're the ones that are going to help bring you back to your why, where those people that love and care about you, family, and they're going to want to protect you from the hurt. And you can't avoid it. All that struggle, it's part of the journey. It's what makes us stronger people. So look, I just went off on a huge tangent because of Tammy, but it's all about asking for support from people, not permission. All right, now today is about nurture, about loving on those beautiful humans, because here's the truth. Growing a list without nurturing is like filling a bucket with holes in it. How many people might get an email address come in and then you do nothing? You do nothing. So many people are guilty of that. People don't convert just because they opted in. They convert because they feel connected. So let's talk about the biggest objection I hear people say. I don't want to annoy anyone. So here's the reframe. Please don't unsubscribe because you email that. People don't unsubscribe because you email them. People unsubscribe because you don't add value. If they're opening the email and there's no value in there for them, then they're going to unsubscribe. And also, silence on your side, that doesn't build trust. Consistency builds trust. So who here was ever held back from emailing because you were worried that they would unsubscribe? Let me know in the chat. You don't email because you're worried about that unsubscribe button. I say thank you to those people that hit that unsubscribe button, to be honest, because now I know you're not interested. Great. I can spend time with those who are. Right? Even when I pass somebody in the shop trying to hand me a leaflet, I don't try to avoid them. I go, no, thank you. But good luck. I hope you get the next one, because they are just asking, getting their ask into gear. If you were to ask 100 people, Someone's bound to say yes, but what happens if you don't ask anybody? And if you're not nurturing people and you're not showing up, when they need help from you, who are they going to turn to? Some of the last people that they've seen and that they still remember. So nurture isn't about selling all the time either. It's about helping people to feel seen, also for you to share insights. It's to normalize their challenges, and it's showing them what is possible. So if somebody opts into your list, they're raising their hand and they're saying, I'm interested in what it is that you do. I want to hear some more. Right? So let me share with you the umbrella concept that this, remember I said yesterday, if you talk enough, good shit falls out of your mouth? Well, this was the one, this is that thing I was talking about. Let me come over to the whiteboard. So what a lot of people are doing is you've got over here, right, A, this is the problem that people have, right? They're sad. They can't fix something, right? And there's a big rain cloud. Oh, this thing, how it's moving all the time on me now for some reason. Right, there's a big rain cloud over them. They keep trying things and it's not being solved. Then here you are. You're over here where the transformation happened, right? You fixed your problem. You've worked out all the steps that are involved to get through. You're in the big, bright, beautiful sunshine. You've been through the struggles and you're really happy and you've found a way to make things easier. So what do? We tend to go, it's easy, just do these steps. And you're shouting at them and you're saying, look what I did. Look what I did. Just do this step, and this step. And look, it's so easy. And we keep telling everybody how awesome you are. But people don't care about you. They're thinking to themselves, oh, well, it might have been easy for you, but it's not easy for me. Or they're telling themselves, yeah, she thinks that it's easy, but I've been trying for a long time and I know that it's not. And when you're constantly just talking and shouting at people, they're not going to listen because they want to know how can it help them. So instead of constantly shouting at these people, what I want you to do is walk on over. I want you to pitch an umbrella and I want you to stand under that umbrella with them. And I want you to listen to them. Hear what they're saying. There's a reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We should be listening more than we speak. Now, while you're doing this and you're listening, the question that you should be asking is, write this one down, tell me more. Rather than, oh yeah, that's easy. Oh, you're stuck there, just do this. You don't know what is the thing that's holding them back. So while you're walking beside them, you're not standing and shouting, buy now, and forever you will be free. You're sharing what you've learned. You're pointing out common mistakes that you have made and you've seen other people you've helped make. You help them take tiny little steps. What happens when somebody starts walking towards the outcome and then they get stuck and they hit a roadblock? What do they do? Let me know in the chat. Somebody's following your method and then they get stuck. Yeah, they go silent, Bridget says. Aha. Nadia says, hopefully they reach out. Hopefully. Who should be doing the reaching out, do you think? Yes, Sharon. Some quit. They do. So, here's the thing, is if somebody's paying you money, you should be asking them, how are you going? Tell me more. We don't just take their money and ghost them and assume that they're going to get through it. Because 10% of people, about 10% of people who buy a course actually finish it. And in my world, we want to smash that number. There's a reason why everybody gets a weekly check-in with Ash when we first start. Then you move to fortnightly. Then you move to monthly. And we still continue for years to check in on you. Yeah, Mary says they could feel worse because they've tried so many things. Yeah, they get stuck. So it's our job to understand why. You see, the method that we put together, that's how we believe the path should be. But until you're actually working with people, some of the places where you maybe just sailed through and it was smooth sailing, they get stuck. And you're like, oh God, that was easy. But you don't realize it until 3 people are now getting stuck in the same place you thought was easy. The best way is to work with people and constantly be touching base with them and asking, tell me more. Yeah, being a human is key and powerful. Yes, Alison. Giving a shit about the people who buy our stuff. We literally stopped marketing for months to clean up our onboarding system. I ran my business at a loss for a few months to get the back-end systems fixed because I was pissed off about the delivery that was happening on the back end. Now our clients get these amazing promise lists. Every time we meet with them, we put together a promise list of who needs to give us what, whether it's us providing stuff to them or them providing stuff to us or things they've committed to. Like Joanne, she committed to calling 2 to 3 OBGYNs every day. Guess what's going to happen on Tuesday? I'm going to ask, how'd you go? You should have contacted whatever 3x7 is by now. I don't know. I don't know my times tables. Right? Yes. So the promise list is pretty cool, right, Alison? It is. Because I saw a lot of other agencies out there who don't deliver on promises. Now, I can tell you, we don't meet. Sometimes we fail too. And then we don't just go, oh, well, that must have been them. We go, what can we do better? We've got a couple of names on the board over there that we're going to sit down and go, we lost these people. Why? What could have we done better? Because we know what we do helps. I will even go as far as interviewing them to find out why, not to get them back. I want them to tell me more. Now, as you're standing there listening to them and you're asking them to tell you more, these sorts of things are going to point out some of the things that they want to hear about. And this is where we talk now about long-term nurture. Showing up consistently, giving them an email a week, lets them know that you're still there. They're adults. They can click the unsubscribe button. It's really not that hard. We have to put it in every single email by law. it's wrong of you not to touch base with them with just value-driven emails. You think about, yeah, sure, this is another thing that I've got, and I get clients through this all the time. I don't like the emails. Don't put your own beliefs on every person that you know. Here's a little story for you. I love this one. It's about you have made these amazing chocolate chip cookies and you're at this little party and you want everybody to eat your little chocolate chip cookies. So you go around the room and you go, hey, look, I made these amazing chocolate chip cookies. Like, people rave about them all the time. You should try. And someone goes, oh, no, I don't do sweets. So you go to the next person and, oh, I make chocolate chip cookies for the party. Would you like one? And you get, is that dairy? Is that like dairy? I can't do. I'll end up on the toilet. And then over the other side of the room, you see a lady and she's all done up, all pretty, and she looks like she's $1 million and prim and proper. And you're like, oh, she looks like a health nut. She probably is not going to want to eat a chocolate chip cookie. So you stay away from her. In walks another lady with a plate of chocolate chip cookies, and she walks over to that woman that you thought was a health nut and wouldn't eat chocolate chip, offers the chocolate chip cookies to this lady, and the lady goes, oh, wow, these are amazing. Actually, I just opened a bakery down the road and I would really love to be able to put your chocolate chip cookies on the counter. So you've missed out on an opportunity because your belief around what somebody will and won't eat, whether somebody will or won't want your emails, you've made that decision based off your beliefs. Shift that. There is way more that you will get out of those who, one, unsubscribe. Do not read the unsubscribe comments. No need. If you're somebody who gets down when somebody says something nasty, don't read them. I don't. I read them once and I thought, what am I reading this shit for? They don't like me. I don't like them. The world's full of billions of people. Why am I bringing my happiness down by reading what people don't like about me? On Facebook, I just click the block button and piss them off. So why am I reading this? At the end of the day, when you unsubscribe, I think, thank you for actually taking the time to hit that one button. You're an adult. Now, we put some contingencies in place to stop them from fully unsubscribing from your list if they just don't like this particular promotion that you're running, but they still want to see other things. But also, another thing from deliverability point of view, if you're only emailing occasionally, the powers on the internet, it says that this person's not very engaged with their audience. They're not emailing very often, so we're just going to send it to promotions and spam. So by emailing weekly and having people open and people click that email, your domain sending is what's called a healthy sending domain. And getting into the inbox is increased so much, ridiculously high, than if you are like, I don't want to email at least once a week. I'm not saying you're going to email once a week and say, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. You're going to email once a week with things that are going to help them. So people don't unsubscribe because you email them. They unsubscribe because they don't see value. Consistency builds confidence for them and also for you. So that's your thing moving forward. When you're walking alongside these people, you'll share things you've learnt, you'll point out common mistakes, and you'll get them to make little tiny steps. So please, if you take anything out of today, sending a weekly email is good. You are not doing your job if you are not. It's like people come and they're like, I want to start a business, but I'm not going to talk to people on the phone. I'm not going to do a sales call. I'm just going to post and people will buy. I wish. It's like if you went for a job as a receptionist and you turned up and you're like, I'm not going to answer the phone. What? I'm a receptionist and you want me to answer the phone and file? What? No. You're a receptionist. You're a business owner. You got to talk to people. You got to follow up. You got to do marketing and sales. Guess what? That's what a business is. If marketing and sales was dead, Coca-Cola and Nike would have stopped years ago. So rather than seeing it as annoying people, see it as helping people. Sure, yesterday I gave a little pitch. You buy, you don't buy. I'm whatever. You're an adult. I'm not holding a gun to your head to make a decision. You choose to or you don't choose to. You cut a check for speed or you figure it out yourself and go through it at a slower rate. I've done it when I couldn't afford it. But that choice is yours. And remember, your audience has choice as well. So please nurture. It is such an important part of the customer's life cycle. It's actually one of the biggest parts that you can automate as well. Now, remember the other day I was talking about how leads come in at the top, right? You get lots of leads coming in at the top and they're cold and then they warm up and they get hot and then they buy. And at the bottom, there's people falling out all the time. We don't want to have to pick up the phone for every single email we get. We just had over 450 people register for this event. Look who's still in the room today. Action takers. Right? Who's turned up every day? Action takers. Are we calling the 450 people? No. But if I was in startup phase and I got 20 people, I would call bloody every single one of them, no matter how hot or cold they were. But you must nurture, because the work you do today, you're losing momentum. Let me share with you, before I do the customer life cycle, this one is the journey that we all go on through life. It's a life's journey. Who feels life is like this? You have lots of ups and downs. Yeah. Every 3 months or so, 1 month, you're feeling, everything's amazing. The world's golden. Everything's going my way. And then another month, you're like, oh, shit, what am I doing this for? Should I just go back and get a job? Who feels like that? Yeah, that's just business, love. It's just business. But think about it from your customer's point of view. Say they've been trying to lose weight or trying to train their dog or struggling to fix zero. And at one time, they're like, yeah, I'm killing it, right? Don't need any help. I'm doing amazing. I'm exercising. I'm eating healthily, right? And then they are like, oh, I've put on some kilos and I'm just going to have a doona day. I'm going to watch some Netflix and bugger it, I'm going to have that ice cream. Now, when people are up here, they're not looking for help. When people are down here, they're not looking for help. But if you only show up sporadically, let's say this is a 3-month process, people are going to move to, I'm not sure if I'm doing, what am I doing wrong? Oh, bugger it. Oh, shit. And then they give up. And then they need a doona day. Now, I'm not talking about people who go into deep depression and need medical attention. We're not going that deep, right? This deep is not that dark. But from the top, that's what happens. Something goes wrong. Once something goes wrong, it will trigger frustration, doubt, imposter syndrome. Then once you've done a few doona days, you feel a bit better. You're like, oh, God, I need to do something. What should I do? I'm looking, right? Now, if you show up here and you show up here and then you show up here in 3 months. When they need you is here. This is the looking window. When they start falling away from complete and utter bliss to, something's gone wrong, and doubt and frustration sneak in, they're looking to get back to where they are. When they've been down low and they're like, I've got to do something about this, they're now looking, how can I improve? So you need to be showing up often, because if you aren't, your competitor is. And when they're looking, you're not there. See why weekly emails can help? And at the end of the day, it's not helping you, it's helping them. And it's wrong of you. You have a service, you have a skill, you're an amazing human that just wants to help people. So do it for them. Everything we do is for them. I haven't had the best week personally or physically. I'm still here. Why? For you. Because I love what I do. And I mean, if you enjoy what we've been doing for the last week for free, imagine what it's like when you pay the type of attention that we give you. It's crazy good. And that's what you will do with your clients as well. You'll show up with awesome free content. Never be shy to share anything, because what you could share in a 1 or 2 hour, even if you were talking live, that's not going to fix anything. You would be lucky if one person in that room who are watching and listening actually took action and did the things anyway. The reason why people will pay is so that they have ACE, accountability, a community, and an enhanced opportunity. Because everyone can learn everything on the internet these days, but you just don't know how to put it in the right order. You need accountability, community, and the enhanced opportunity. That's like bonuses and things that we throw in to your program. And when you write your program, or if you have an offer session with us or on your own, you need to make sure that these things, ACE, are included with your program. All right, let me take you to that high-level overview. Did that make sense? Did that was anybody like, I'm not going to be that person who emails every week, and it's made you rethink emailing? I see Nadia laughing hard in the background right there. Yeah. Yes, I was. And now, have I done my soapbox justice? Getting there. All right. Well, maybe when the bank account starts changing numbers, you will understand. Judy's asking, what is ACE? Accountability, community, and an enhanced opportunity is what that is. All right. So let me give you that higher level look, because we've looked at a few stages this week, but I want you to see all 7 stages, because this is why when we work with people inside of our academy, minimum of 12 months, most people stay with us 3 to 5 years until they kind of scale themselves out of what we need to do, or they've learned enough and they don't need it anymore because we've helped them go out and hire a team. So let's show you this 7 stages of the customer's life cycle. So stage number 1 is lead generation. So that's what we've been doing. We're collecting an email address. Then after we have that email address, we have induction. So this is where we send them a series of emails to let them learn more about us. If this is the first time they've ever seen us and they've joined your list and never opted into anything else, we need to educate them. What are your values, your beliefs? How do you help people? Then we do nurture to convert. This is where those regular weekly emails would fall. We're nurturing them until they're ready. Because at any given time, 2% of your audience are ready to buy now. The rest are still considering it. So, one, if you're not asking, you can't find that 2%. And if you're not nurturing, you will lose those people that become ready later. The next step is sales. So what happens? Do we have contracts to send out? Then onboarding. What happens after you onboard? So when somebody joins whatever it is you do, you need to give them the best experience, especially in the first 30 days, because that's when buyer's remorse can sneak in and imposter syndrome, and they think, have I made the right choice? Right? And they start to blame the program, even though you know it's going to work for them and they've got to take action. So you're onboarding, especially in that first 30 days, you need to wow the socks off them. Yes, I've gotten what I've paid for. People that have been through my mapping session, right, they've paid, say, $25,000 to join my larger program, right, our top tier level program, and they've said, I felt like I got my money back in the first session, because my mapping sessions, not to brag, but to brag, is a gift that I have from God. I don't know where it's come from, but I'm amazing at it. Then after onboarding is upsell. So say, for example, they buy into your course and then you want to move them into a continuity program. That's like a membership, ongoing reoccurring revenue. Or maybe you've sold them and you've got a small upgrade to a VIP offer. Then after that, reviews and referrals. So reviews and referrals are exactly what they say. Now, all of these steps, they can be automated. Most of the automation happens in the first 3 stages. Then your sales, your onboarding, that more human to human connection required there. And then upsell, we could automate that, but also need some human. And reviews and referrals, you can ask for them, but you can also automate sending out requests. Say somebody's purchased something, in 14 days' time, automate an email to say, hey, how's it going? Do you want to leave us a review? All right, so let's have a look at a few more examples of how this can kind of stack together. So your stage 1, lead capture. Stage 2, orientation or induction. Stage 3, nurture to convert. 4, sales. 5, deliver and wow. That's your onboarding. 6, upsell. And 7, reviews and referrals. So let's put this into play and see how it all links together. Your lead capture could be an ebook. They go through then some orientation to learn about you, and then you send them a survey. Then they'd say yes, you send them a welcome kit. We can automate that. Say your welcome kit gets put together by an outside company. As soon as they buy, we could send off an email to that company and say, send the welcome kit. Then once they're with you for a while, you run an additional workshop. Like for us, we've got different upsell options for different workshops. And then at the end of the workshop, we ask for a testimonial. Then that kicks the people they refer into that lead capture. Another one, let's say yours is a mini training. They go into the mini training, then they go into your orientation series, and then you run a webinar to nurture them further. They say yes, then you onboard them. So for us, we have those regular meetings. Then you move them from the course into the membership. And then you ask them, once they've been in the membership for a while, can you refer a friend? So as we build out all of our automations, we're always thinking, what stage should this live in? Now, we cannot set all of this up in a month, not even 3 months. We do a lot of it in the business in a box, but there are a few gaps that need to be built. Like your sales process is different from other sales processes. Your onboarding is different from our onboarding. So those are usually built out through a discussion with us. But you want every single one of these. And this is not about making more and more and more lead magnets. This is remember finding the one thing and dialing it in, yeah? Does that make it a little bit more sense now? Can you see the customer's journey that they take with you? Lots of people, the majority of your list will sit in that nurture to convert stage. All right. That's the customer's life cycle. So let's come around the room before we run into home play today. I want you to think, what's the biggest one aha that came up for you? What's the biggest one aha that's come up for you? All right, I'm going to come to Deborah. I saw lots of head nodding from Deborah, so I think Deborah's probably got some good aha moments. Let me make sure I can find you. Where's my mouse? Big screen. There it is.
I'm here.
You're here. Oh, there she is. Awesome. Deborah, what was your biggest aha?
I think the weekly emailing.
Yeah.
Why it's so important.
I should have actually started counting how many different reasons I gave you for emailing weekly. I might go back and actually count myself later. How much can I say how important that is? I don't know. And like I said, it's not like buy my stuff. It's like, if you're struggling with this, here's a tip. That's it. I actually paid somebody. Oh, no. Sorry, this was a placement. A uni student came here to work. And to build my nurture, at the time it was only 6 months. But I got her because, I did that crazy. I went live for 365 days. I just got her to go back through my videos. And I said, go and find videos that you think people would be interested to watch. I said, create one paragraph, stick it in the email, and a button to go watch the video. So that was how I started to build my long-term nurture. Other things you can use are back to blog posts, right? If you've already got blog posts, you could probably rip apart that blog post and create half a dozen emails out of it. Inside Your Business in a Box, we give you loads of templates and suggestions as well with a marketing hat on. Even though we are nurturing, we also got to remember build a fast path, slow path, and no dead ends. Yeah, no dead ends. In your nurture, you may not be asking for a sale, but we still want to get them to some kind of call to action. Go read my blog. Go listen to my podcast. Go watch this video. Right? It's a soft ask. We're not asking them to buy anything. We're just asking them to click a button and engage more. Inside of Omnisend, when you turn on your engagement scoring, every time somebody opens an email, they get a point. Every time they click on an email, they get a point. Then we look at the points, and anybody with 60 and above are the people we're going to keep an eye on. Right? So that way, we can even set up when somebody hits this level point, send you an email to remind you to read this person's file and see if you can reach out to them. Yeah, so next, let's bring up Judy. Judy, what was an aha for you?
Can you hear me?
I can, and I can see you. Hey, Judy.
When you were talking about tell me more, that sort of made me think about, well, that's good because they're telling you more, so that gives you ideas on what they need to be including into your email, your messages and everything with them.
Yep.
So it makes it more relevant to them.
Yeah. Tell me more is like that magical three-word thing that you should always be asking. Back when I was sort of trying to learn how to do better sales calls, you ask tell me more in sales calls a lot. But you don't say every time, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more.
Yeah.
I had about half a dozen different ways, and I pinned them across the top of my screen on how to say, tell me more. Oh, that's interesting. Can you elaborate on that for me? Oh, wow. Would you mind telling me a little bit more detail about that? So there's lots of different ways to say tell me more, but it's the way we, and this is like even when you're on a sales call, if somebody says they don't have money, you shouldn't trust that. I mean, when I had no money and I get scrappy. I've done things like sell things from my garage or buy things on Marketplace and then resell them on Marketplace for more, right? Some people will get scrappy. Other people use it as an excuse. So you need to know, are they living in a car and not able to feed themselves? They definitely have a money problem. Or I've got to move a few things around and probably, for the first couple of months, maybe not go out for dinner every Friday night. That's different from I'm living in my car. I can't feed myself. So that tell me more is something that we use not just in our messaging and learning from our customers, but we can also use it in our sales call, because at the end of the day, why are we doing what we're doing? For them. And how are we going to help them if we don't ask them? I love that, Judy. That tell me more one is one of my favorite things to teach. What about Bridget? Come on up. She laughs.
Yes, I laughed. Now I have to unmute myself. So again, I've been through this a few times and I've stopped. So I get that loopy thing. Again, I'm just a lot more dialed in, and again, the 7 stages are great, and I just want to make sure that every stage aligns with how I speak to people. So not necessarily not giving the information that you're doing, but tweaking it so that it's in my voice, so that when they talk to me, it's not like, this doesn't sound like when she does her lives or she talked to me. Why is this in here?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm going on it. Not that they open, most of them, they probably don't even open. But so I'm not going to overdo it, but just making sure they're in alignment of how I go about things.
Yeah.
So.
And finishing it and putting it out there, regardless of whether the messaging is good or bad, doing nothing gives you the same result.
Yeah.
So we've got to turn it on. I saw, and I just want to say, Joanne and Bridget and not Alison Brown, Alison Eves. I want to talk to the 3 of you after this live as well. Just putting that there now. Ash, can you reach out to Alison and see if she's free to jump in at the end of the live too, please?
I did.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, honey.
I did.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Bridget. Let's find somebody else. Charles, come on up. What was an aha for you? Oh, you've got to unmute. Unmute. I am going to buy that hat for the team, I tell you. Here, I'll click ask to unmute. That might help. There he is.
Okay.
Yes. Hey, Charles.
I think I need help with the technical stuff. I'm pretty good at talking to people and telling them my tips and stuff, but I don't really like to be on Facebook talking. I've never done it before. I feel kind of self-conscious. I look rough, so I think maybe people will get a immediate impression, maybe.
People are always going to have an immediate impression, no matter what you look
Sometimes
like.
it's good, sometimes it's bad, but I usually get a beardy face type, impression.
Yeah.
They think I'm a biker, which is all good, but I don't know.
Yeah, look.
I think the aha was trying to get my technical skills together.
Yeah.
I tried to name my lead magnet today Fishing USA, but I checked with the LLC and they said Kentucky either has one some already named that, or they said I couldn't use USA, so I need to find a new name.
Yeah, well, that is a process. When I named the last business I had, it wasn't what I wanted it to be because I couldn't get what I wanted it to be, and I had to add another word into it so that I could get it. Because I still wanted it, but I had to, you're definitely going to have to probably get rid of the USA part. definitely has to have the word fishing. But after that,
Right.
we can add and like find a story that we can sort of share. And it's a bit of an exploratory thing. Like every time you think of a name, stick it on a Post-it note and put it up in the same place, and then just walk past it and look at it. I would definitely be checking so that you're not like, oh, I'm definitely taking that one, and then you finally check. So just spend a few hours like just looking. Just be careful when you're looking for domain names though, because what can happen is there's these little spiders that run around the internet that collect information, and if you're looking for a domain name too many times, they go, oh, this one somebody wants, and there are people out there who buy domains to make money. Like I couldn't get Sally Sparkle because somebody else had it for sale for like 20 grand, and I'm like, I'm not paying 20 grand for it. And I kept waiting for it to expire. I kept checking, and then it must have expired, and somebody else purchased it. They went and bought it when it went back to the people who like, yeah. So some people do that.
But my buddy calls me Slick Daddy, and he tried to put my pictures on Instagram, I think is what it was, and he put it on there, and Slick Daddy was already taken, so they called me Sir Slick Daddy.
There you go. Right? You just find the thing.
But I'm learning the technical stuff a lot since I've been here this week.
Oh, that's good.
Because I've Googled a lot.
Smart people Google. I've
But
even
you
got
taught me a
stickers
lot.
made for it.
You taught me a lot, and I can listen to you all day.
Oh, aren't you a sweetie? Well, you keep showing up. You keep doing the work, and don't say, I can't do technology. Say, I'm learning. I'm currently learning.
Right, I'm learning.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Because there's a big difference between I can't, because everybody can learn the basics.
Yeah, don't say you can't.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot this week, to tell you the truth. I've never made a video of myself, and that was a
I love
new
that.
experience.
I love that.
So-
Hey, look, I'll tell you, don't be scared of being a beater or whatever. My husband, you have to go look for him. He doesn't have the beard anymore, but he had it for years.
All right.
Big.
I got a big long beard.
Yeah. Oh, see, I always used to say I love it because it gives me something to grab onto.
Right? There you go.
But he was on a TV show, and it was to do with four-wheel driving.
Okay.
And he's still on the show, but we
Cool.
don't do as much with them anymore. But he would walk down the street and get recognised because he has the beard. When he shaved the beard,
Right.
nobody recognises him anymore, which he actually prefers. He's a very quiet
I
person.
worked a bar for years and years, and my dad was getting ready to die, and he wanted me to shave because he was a Navy guy. So I shaved my beard, cut my hair, gave it to the locks of love, and walked in the bar and started working. And my boss said, "Could I help you, sir?" I said, "Yeah, you can help me. I need my check Friday." He said, "Charlie, is that you?" I said, "Yeah, buddy, it's me."
That's hilarious. I've never seen my
I look way
dad.
different, evidently, with no beard and short hair.
Your husband
I don't know
won't.
if it's better or worse, but
Well,
I look way different.
I've never seen my dad without a beard. I've tried, Nadia, to put baubles in my husband's beard when he had one. He did let us paint it, though. Down at the little athletics club, every year they had crazy hair day. And so he would put like a big spike, and we'd do like weird things with his beard and stuff as well. Oh, here he comes, the man
Cool.
to drop my water off. Thank you.
I dyed it green one time for St. Patrick's Day at the bar. I had a big green hat and a big green jacket. I looked pretty interesting.
Yeah. See, that's it. Just lean into what's yours. I don't know if anyone's met
Right.
Jenny Williams. So Jenny Williams has this crazy hair, right? She can't tame the mane. It's like, she just leans into it now, right? The fact that her hair's messy,
Right.
that's just what it is. And then she's got these quirky green glasses that she lost for a while and recently found them. We got Sharon, who
That's awesome.
she was concerned about going live because she wants to get her teeth fixed. Guess what? If somebody enjoys your things, then they like
Yeah,
it.
me too on
If
that.
they're going to be an asshole, then guess what? Block. Bye-bye.
Block them. That's
Don't
right.
need to see you
That's right.
anymore. That's the great thing about social media is you can block them. And you know what? You're memorable. Like I said, people would remember my husband when he got rid of the beard, not memorable. I'm probably not very memorable at the moment because normally I've got rainbow hair and I've been doing rainbow
you're
hair since I
beautiful.
was a
You're
teenager.
very memorable. You're very memorable.
Right? So just lean into your weirdness and our craziness and who we are and be okay with that. See, the more people that end up following us, I've got 125,000 followers on Facebook, right? I get a lot of people who don't like me or will bitch about stuff. But the more you get known, the more people who are not going to like you as well. I learned that at a conference one day. That if you don't have people complaining about you, you're not big enough yet. Because you can't.
I threw people out of the bars for over 20 years. I've been called and told everything in the world.
Well, there you go. And you've got the confidence to do it.
I never hit not one person in all them years. I never hit one person.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, we can move now into some...
Thank you for all your help.
You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. All right. So what I'm going to do is it's laser coaching time now. So we had some people submit for laser coaching. I'm just going to get out my little list and call up those who asked for laser coaching and said yes. Now, even if you didn't want to come on screen and you requested laser coaching, we will still reach out to you with a response privately. And we're not going to bring everybody up who's applied either, because it is a limited amount of time that I can spend with you. But the first person that I'm going to bring up is Mary Martin. Is Mary Martin here with us today? She's not.
No, Mary couldn't do it today. She said yesterday she couldn't be here, unfortunately. So I've just marked the sheet with the people that are not here.
I see.
Right now.
All right. Next.
As you can see with the colour.
Dominic. Is Dominic here? Dominic Penn. Are you in the room? I don't. Oh, he is there, but maybe not.
He's there, but he's not open yet.
Okay.
Bear with me. I will send him a DM while he's getting active.
All right.
There are two that do have their screens on now, though, that you could go to.
Okay. Judy, come on up, Judy. Let me bring the...
Me again.
Hello, you again. Okay, so... Have you had coaching before?
I've got two coaches over the years, and they just disappeared after they sold their product to me.
Oh, yeah, I know those types.
And I'm still paying it off.
Yeah, I know those types. And it's one of the reasons why we do those consistent follow-ups. Like some of our people, they're supposed to give us things. And what a lot of other agencies will do is they'll ask once and then they're like, well, cool, I don't have to do any work because they're not emailing it to me. And then the person come back and they didn't even know they needed to give you stuff. Every week, where's the thing? Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Where's the thing? So they can never come back to me and say that we didn't do the thing. It's usually us waiting on other people. So that's a big pet peeve of mine, is coaches and agencies who don't follow through on their promises. So I am more of...
When we did ask questions, it was, I'll just Google it.
Yeah. So if anyone's hiring a coach, one, do diligence, right? Make sure you have done your due diligence, because some coaches are worth a lot of money. And, I spend over 20 grand on a coach every year. Once I started spending that type of money on coaches, that's when my business started to skyrocket, because you don't know what you don't know. I've also hired coaches that I grew past in my coaching time. So it felt like I was coaching them during our sessions because I was doing more than them. So you also want a coach that's quite a few years ahead of you as well when you're hiring a coach. So I've made lots of mistakes. I spent $15,000 on this one coach, UK pound, £15,000 on a coach. And once I got into the program, coaching was done via a webinar. He would ask me questions and I would have to type back my responses. I'm like, what the hell have I paid for? And I still had to pay off because I signed a contract. I follow through on my promises. But I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. So anyway, I'm more of a mentor than a coach. So I'm going to listen, but I'm also going to tell you what to do, not just go and get you to chunk down into your own feelings. That's what Jenny does. That's our mindset coach. So in your, I've had a little read, but you've got 15 minutes with me. What's the biggest question that I can help you with today? What's something that's taken up a lot of space in that brain of yours around the areas I can help you with? Of course, I can't teach you how to make a surfboard, but
I don't want one, so that's okay. Too many sharks out there. I don't want them cold.
So what's something that's taking up a lot of space in your brain right now that I might be able to help for you?
Niching. I'm going to and fro all over the place, and then how to put it together into a program. And like as an example, if you do midlife women with menopause, perimenopause, that's, niching down. I've been told that's not niched enough either. So then I thought, well, I can't do a whole course on hot flushes. And then I thought, if I do a whole course with all different topics, who's going to buy it when they only really want relief of the hot flushes?
So, so the first thing I'm hearing there is you're making a lot of assumptions that you're like...
this is coming from 30 years of being in practice. People come in for the quick fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to niche down. Tell me a few niches that you've been thinking of. So menopausal women.
Yeah, so it's midlife women, and they've got all their problems. It could be anxiety, it could be grief, with loss of parents or whatever. It could be total overwhelm.
Yeah.
A lot of anxiety and depression, things from that, and lack of purpose, empty nesters. There's just so many avenues in that. And then there's the health problems and the, taking care of yourself, the nutrition side of things.
Yep. All right. So when you are working with people, which clients, because you said you've been doing how many years in practice?
30 years, but I haven't been doing it for a while now.
That's okay, but you were doing it for 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and out of all tell me a little bit more about what you did in the practice. What type of people?
Well, I was very general. I was a bit like an MD, you come in and whatever the problem is, we look at.
Give me some examples. Give me some examples.
Oh, any health problems, or also I'm a hypnotherapist, so I did a lot of quit smoking hypnotherapy and some weight management, emotional eating, all that sort of stuff as well, and sticking to a diet. I also like the idea of, we're talking about New Year's resolutions the other day, and most people don't stick by them. After a week, they're gone. And that's another thing that, because I'm a hypnotherapist as well as a naturopath, to get into the minds of people to help them stick to the changes they want to make. And what's the word I'm looking for? Identity. You can't make the change unless you see yourself as being the change.
Yeah, it's a belief, right, in yourself that you can do it. It's all mindset. At the end of the day, everything comes back to what type of mindset you've got.
Yeah, so I like that aspect of it as well, because I think that's important in any of it.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about when you're working with all of these different types, which one do you feel feels the best at the end of that transformation? Is it the people who get better with emotional eating, who get better with quitting smoking? They're an empty nester. What types of problems would an empty nester come in with? What type of health problems have you overcome? So just think about all the different people that you've helped. Yeah. So out of all the people that you've helped, what are some of the standout ones that you're like, wow, that's really changed that person's life?
Look, I've had a lot of them. I've had a lot of people, sort of find me in the street and say, "You've got no idea what you've done for me."
So
and
again.
So that was confidence, for instance. Another girl was skin problems, young girl covered in eczema, and we totally cleared it.
So No, so let's just talk about the eczema. I just want to come back to the eczema. And I forgot to ask you at the beginning of this. I may cut you off from time to time because either I want more information or I've got enough information, okay? So the one that walked up to you on the street, that was helping in confidence. And the girl that you said had eczema, tell me about that. Other than clearing the eczema, what was the feeling behind that? What did that give her?
Again, she had no confidence in herself. She was totally stressed because, she was absolutely covered. The whole body was just red and inflamed. And she had no hope because her father even said, nothing is going to work for you. Don't go to a naturopath. What would they know?
Yep. How many people have you helped with eczema?
Oh, not that many.
So, but
as I say, I was very general.
Just 1 or 5?
Oh, at least 5 over 30 years.
At least
but
5?
Same with any of the other topics.
Yep. And for those 5, did it help everybody?
Depends whether they stuck to it.
Okay. So out of the, and that's the same with what I do, right? Will what I do help you? Yeah. Will you do the work? Right.
That's why I don't guarantee results because, if they don't, they're part of it. Exactly.
We can't guarantee results either. We can build it, but they will not come. That's what we teach people. So you've done a few with eczema. Tell me about the people that you've helped with confidence.
Oh, I used to do classes, for instance, and I was coming out of the dry cleaners and a lady stopped me and, said, "Oh, are you Judy?" I said, "Yes." And she says, "Oh, how are you?" Blah, blah, blah. And she'd bought a CD that I made and she said that I changed her life because her and her husband listened to it every night and she says, "You have no idea what you've done for us." And that was a total surprise.
And that was hypnotherapy CD, was it?
Yeah, on confidence.
And tell me more about confidence. Some other examples of people you've helped with confidence that has actually improved over the 30 years.
Oh, exam stress.
Exam stress?
Don't believe in themselves if they can pass their exams. One guy sent his son to me and he ended up with honours, and then the father rang me and said, "Can you help me too?" Which was kind of cute.
Yeah. Have you had any other people that have come to you with exam stress? Or just the one?
Well, I know it's a big thing because I had it myself.
Yeah. So we've got confidence, exam stress. You use hypnotherapy and naturopath.
That's kind of like a performance anxiety as well.
Yep.
Exam stress really.
Yep. Tell me more about some of the other people that you've helped. What are their stories? Like I said, some of the big ones that are memorable to you.
Fertility.
How many people have you helped with fertility?
There's been a couple. We've made a couple of babies.
Yeah. So 2 people.
With detox and herbs.
So you use detox and herbs. And 2 people, you said, a couple of people.
Oh, well, I can't remember. I've got a filing cabinet full out there, but 2 filing cabinets full. but yeah, there have been a couple that I remember.
Yeah, that you remember that made a huge shift.
Things like, monthly cycle problems and, absence of or too much of, and, you balance it all up. So hormone balancing, a lot of weight management, people overeating and eating all the wrong
Have you dealt
food.
with that like you had with exam stress? You have dealt with it. Have you dealt with fertility issues?
I have my times where I put on a bit, but I can take it off if I want to take it off.
When it comes,
I think that's normal, isn't it?
No, some people are just born with, able to do things that other people find really hard. It's like everyone, you've either got it, you can learn it, or you'll just never have the capacity to be able to learn it because some people's brains just aren't wired a certain way.
Oh, well, I dig up chocolate, but I'm no quitter.
Yeah, I love that. All right. So
actually, addictions is another thing as well.
Pardon?
Marijuana and alcohol, addictions.
Yeah, addictions.
Marijuana, alcohol, cigarettes.
Yep. So quitting.
Did a lot of that.
Yeah, addictions. So you would have had a lot of those people, would you, with the addictions? Yeah. So smoking.
Well, I advertised that a lot.
That's what I was going to
at
say.
the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So smoking, drugs, right? There's lots of different addictions. So mostly sort of marijuana and hard drugs as well.
Some, but they weren't that out there as they are now.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of it out there now. As I found out a couple of months ago when somebody tried to break in at 7 o'clock in the morning and smashed my car up high on ice.
All right. And so you've got midlife, which is menopausal. How many people did you help with that?
Oh, a lot of people with their hot flushes, or their sleeplessness, and a lot of stress as well.
Yeah. So stress is one of the. So that's why I haven't asked about grief and overwhelm and health problems as a general. I'm asking more things.
It all comes under stress.
That's right, because then we work out all of the underlying things that. Not fixing the one thing, it seeps into other things like family life, personal life, health, wellness. All of these things seep into other areas of their lives. All right.
It causes inflammation, which causes disease, and it just goes on and on.
It does. I got fibromyalgia myself, so I get that whole, yeah. All right. So let's have a look here. We've spoken about menopause, confidence. You use hypnotherapy and naturopath. You are a hypnotherapist and a naturopath. Smoking, so drugs, and fertility problems. So my next question for you is, if you were to do this every day and you would wake up and still be excited in 5, 10, 15 years from now doing and helping people in a particular area, which one gives you the most excitement? You got to wake up and do this every day, and you get to go, yes, I get to help people do that like I do. Yes, I get to help people automate and save time.
Do you know there isn't actually one, because I just happy if I get a result in any of them, because it just makes you feel good because you've been able to
the outcome.
Allow them to make the change.
Yeah. All right. So then we can also look at things that are more viable. All right. So what are people willing to pay for because they've tried it many times and they weren't able to do it themselves? But out of all of the things, there has to be some that you prefer more than the other. I know you enjoy the outcome of helping people. We all do. Anyone in this room loves helping people, or they wouldn't be here, because that's what we do. We help people who want to help people. Right? Because I want to help 33 million people, and it's not by having 33 million clients. It's by having people who want to make big impact to go out and help people. So think, really, really think, right? Don't just be a big, everything. I help everybody. There has to be one or two of those that are that is something that I know I can help people with if they follow the steps, because there's no guarantee they've got to follow the steps. Let's pretend you have the most ideal client who's, yes, I'm going to take action. Yes, I'm going to do the things. And you're like, yes, you will get results if you do. And that brings you joy. Would that be helping menopausal women more than helping students do exams? If you had to choose, and you have to choose, you do, what would you choose? I would prefer to be helping menopausal women or students doing exams.
Would most students be wanting that help though? Or is it their parents that want the students to have?
That's not the question I asked. I asked you another question. You have to choose. You. Who cares about the marketing and the sales stuff that comes later? You have to choose. Do you prefer helping menopausal women or helping people, students, get through exams?
Menopausal women is a lot bigger topic than helping students with exams. That's more mind stuff.
Yeah,
menopausal stuff is huge because you've got all the supplements and everything to think of as well, and the hormones and all that.
So if you have to choose, because you do, menopausal women. So we've already narrowed it down. You're not going to be advertising to help students. You won't be advertising to students if you were doing students. You're advertising to the parents. Right? That's
parents.
Yes. If you're helping students through stress of exams, your marketing isn't targeting the students at all. It's targeting the parents. But we're not going to do that. And I don't want you to choose because you think the audience is bigger. I'll tell you why. One of my clients, she was, what do they call it when they help you walk and fix your bones and all of that type of stuff? Anyway, do you know what she...
Osteopath?
I think. Anyway, I can't remember exactly the thing, but I remember what she sold. And she did great. Made good money. She's recently retired. All she helped people do was learn how to splint arms. Splint arms. That's it. How big's that audience? But she could fill a room with practitioners who wanted to learn how to splint arms properly in her method, because it was her specific method. She wrote a book on it and everything. Right? So don't pigeonhole yourselves with your beliefs around who's out there. I'm in the most competitive market out there, because what do marketing people do? They pay for marketing. So I'm competing against that daily. Massive people I compete against. People like Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins. Like, these are the people I'm competing against. So the world's big enough for everyone to be successful. All right. So the next question then, if you had to...
I see you more as a person that does marketing than different to what they do, though.
Yeah, but they have marketing courses for those who then want to move beyond mindset, and then they
Oh,
move
do they?
into...
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they do. They target business owners because we got money. All right. So now you've chosen, I want to help menopausal women. Now you've got somebody and you've got to choose between quitting smoking and menopausal women. Which one do you prefer to help? Not what the market might be, what you think the market's telling you. If you had to choose, and you do.
That is the problem. I'm always trying to find what would they want.
No. You do not look for what, because you've got to be like me. The amount of things I could teach people, right, versus what I put out there is very different. What you see I can do out here in a free training is very different than what you get inside of our academy. It's way more than that. You have to choose. There is no option. Smoking, don't think about what might happen. Don't think about marketing. Which would bring you more joy? Helping menopausal women, helping people quit smoking.
Probably the menopausal women.
Yeah.
I've done a lot on the smoking.
Yeah, but you have to choose. You would still, if you had to choose, you would choose menopausal women over helping people quit smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
You can do more with it.
You can. Guess what? I bet you've been through menopause. Have you been through menopause?
At 73, yeah.
Yeah. Have you had to quit smoking?
Oh, I've had a couple of cigarettes, but it's never a problem.
Yeah.
I can quit
so
anything.
You've never. So if we then compare knowledge and skill set against life experience, which one are you able to draw more stories from? That's actually a question.
Both really, because of my history with the clients. If you're looking for stories.
Yeah. Which one can you resonate more with when you're telling a story?
Personally, menopausal women.
There you go. Right? Don't you want to lean into something that you can speak about confidently with a skill set that you have, that not only have you helped people do, but you've also been through it yourself? I know I would prefer to hire somebody who's actually quit smoking than somebody who helps people quit smoking and has never smoked a day in their life.
Never smoked.
True? What about everybody in the room? If you had to choose a practitioner, I quit smoking and here's my method versus here's a method to quit smoking. I haven't done it myself, but it works. I've seen it work. Yeah, the person who's been through it. Why do people come into me? Because I've failed at marketing. Just because I've done it good now, I went through a lot of shit to become good at what I do. It's been over 10 years. All right, so we're still sticking to this, and I wrote this down before we started. I'll tell you later. All right, empty nesters. Tell me more. When you're talking about empty nesters, what's the problem that they have?
Oh, they're usually lonely and they're missing their children and their identity has changed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And how do you help them?
Oh, it just depends on what the problem is. We just talk about it and, do different therapies, whatever's needed. But also they've got their purpose, their life purpose has changed.
I knew that.
And some of them have gone on to, total overwhelm as well because they're trying to juggle everything.
Yeah.
And once you've got an empty nest, you've also got grandchildren coming not long after.
Yeah, right. When you started, it was very broad. I'll just talk about it. Here's the thing, though. We still need to show a method. We can't just tell people we'll talk about it. People aren't just... They want to know, like if I'm hiring a psychiatrist or a therapist or whatever, I want to know they got a method that I can follow. Right? EDMR was a life changer for me and my chronic PTSD. Right? Like EDMR was amazing. Didn't know if it was going to work in that first session, but by the end of it, Jesus Christ, I cried my eyes out. So empty nesters, identity. You've been an empty nester before? Yeah? Yep.
Yeah, but I celebrated.
Yep. Oh, look, I know my daughter's in that in-between phase of being away when uni's on and coming home. My husband's actually empty nesting way more than me because he's lost his purpose because he's the caregiver in the family. He was the one, he's more of, not that there's gender role. We definitely don't have gender roles in our family. So you had to choose helping empty nesters, helping people in midlife with menopause.
Well, I sort of wonder that, this again, is this my perception of empty nesters? Because I didn't mind the kids leaving home at all. I thought I've done my job. I've done what I was supposed to do. Whereas a lot of people, grieve over it.
Yep. So you've just sort of answered your own question. I didn't really struggle with it. So you had to choose.
Well, I was a single mum, and it was just nice to have a bit of space too. I mean, one was 3 hours away now, but they both lived close to me for a long time anyway.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so what about emotional eating and helping people with menopause? Women with menopause. You had to choose. You have to choose.
We've done a lot of emotional eating. I did a lot of the hypnotherapy side of that one.
Yep. And now you have to choose. This is the people you're going to work with for the next 10 years, 20 years. You have to choose. Helping people with menopause or helping people with emotional eating.
But when you say menopause, how broad are you going with menopause?
So there are some key characters.
Because there's so many aspects to it.
Yeah. So this is what we want to do. So menopause is a niche. Then within that niche, we will niche it. You will help with people with all different areas of menopause. We'll find the best piece to put out to market, right? That brings the most leads in. Then when they get in, we show them everything they need. Right? Remember we talked about this the other day? Again, I'm not asking you to think about marketing. I'm not asking you to think about sales. All I'm asking you to do is choose. If you had to choose, which you do, if I had to work with these people for the next 20 years, would I prefer to be working and helping midlife women with menopause or people who are suffering from emotional eating?
Well, menopause, because emotional eating is part of that as well. Quite often addictions and things come into it as well.
Okay, that's fine. So
it covers it as well.
Yep, but not everyone who has menopause suffers with emotional eating. I'm in menopause right now.
No, they don't.
And my husband whinges at me all the time because I don't eat enough. All right. So
That's because you haven't got time.
Hey, look, honey, I've also, even though I don't eat a lot, I'm not a skinny person either, right? I've just built this way. You look through all of my genes, everyone's big. And I'm okay with that. All right. So I wrote at the beginning, because it's come up quite a bit with you, that the thing that will stand out even before I started is you'll land on menopause. Because one, it was the first thing you brought up. First thing that fell out of your mouth. That's usually a big sign. Second,
because I've been doing a lot of courses and trying to hone in, and I just thought midlife women or menopause, this is what they go through.
Yeah, and guess what?
You know,
you can sit here spinning your wheels trying to pick a niche forever. But if you don't pick one and try, okay, so let me get the purple whip out and say you're doing menopause. You're doing menopause. I'm going to help women do menopause or get better or find that it's not that bad. You're going to do menopause, at least for the next 3 years.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah? Guess what we get to do now? Start to put some stuff together and make an offer.
Yeah, sort of done that.
Yeah.
But that's why I didn't quite know, you know.
Yeah.
Are they going to want everything that I've got in the offer, or how do you work it? Like if you do a program of every week, you've got a different topic, or how do you do it, you know?
Yeah, that's another discussion that we don't have time for today, but there is a way, and it's a very simple way. It's more simple than you think. It's putting together your offer. You know the steps. Remember what I told you about that umbrella story before? They come in, you're going to try to help them through the steps, but guess what happens? They're going to get stuck. And then the thing that you're going to teach in week 7, you need to teach them in week 3. So it's not written in cement. Your program is not written in cement. You will be iterating that program over and over and over again. The more people you work with, the more gaps you'll find that you will fill with content to help them. Also, you will niche your niche and niche it again. And you'll keep niching it. You'll begin with menopausal women. Then you might find that you move into menopausal women who have, what's that, plantar, whatever, your feet hurt. You could go that niched.
Plantar fasciitis?
That one, because I have that. That's the one where I can never remember the name. I just know that my feet hurt. I got to put my socks and moccos on. So start with this. Start with menopause, because it's the biggest thing that has come out of your mouth, the thing that you know. But the thing here is you have to do what you tell your clients to do. Believe it. And then do the work.
Do I just advertise it as menopause?
No, we don't just go, I help people with menopause. There's a whole, you got to learn how to do messaging properly, how to set up a marketing funnel. You need to know how to put your offer together. You need to know how to structure your package. There's a lot, like for you, depends on how fast you want to launch it. Me, I would like to launch fast, right? Personally, I want to launch fast.
Me too. I need to.
But you have to be, if you want to launch fast, you have to make a decision and stick with it. Other people prefer to launch slower. They need to sit with the content, practice the content, review what they've done, slowly make a course. Then they'll launch it. But I won't let them sit and look and think for more than a quarter, right? Deborah Garber's one, right? I'm like, we can just sell it, baby. Your lessons are planned. Everything's ready to go. All you got to do is let's get some people in. She's like, I just need some more time to just refine what it is that I'm doing. And there's no more than 3 months. After 3 months, we're bloody launching this thing. If you want to launch fast, then what you'll need to do is, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to show you the business owner's journey. and all the steps you as a business owner need to be looking at. All right. So come tomorrow and I'll go through that with you, because there are things we as business owners need to do. Deborah's currently in phase 2, designing her offer, right? Phase 3 is then building, which is the technology and the back end to support it and getting the marketing going. Then the one after that is about filling it with market, getting out to market. How long have you been trying to pick a niche?
Years.
Okay.
I get all different advice from different people.
And then what do you do with that advice?
I try it and then I get crickets. Like I've done some posts, post this on your your profile, and you'll get all these. No, I didn't.
That's bullshit. Whoever's telling you that, fire them. Right? That's bullshit. I'll tell you straight out now. Post on social media and you get customers. Bullshit. Absolute shiny ball marketing to get people to buy their shit. People come to me. I'm like, no, it's posting on social media is a nurture. People already know you. They're bullshitting to you because you know why? Because that sounds easy. Oh, just post on social media. You'll get customers. Pay me some money. I'll show you how. But you're not going to get results because it doesn't work. If it did, everyone that posts on social media would be running $1 million business. So again, what else advice have you been given that hasn't worked?
Go into groups and open your own group, which I've done, and then go into groups and introduce yourself to people and comment on their posts and things and lure them over to yours, and press the invite button all the time and grow that group and then sell your product to the group.
Fire them. Okay, you can open your own group, but how are you going to fill it? You don't go steal other people's community groups, because inside...
You invite all your friends.
Yeah, well, your friends aren't your customers. Your friends are your friends. They know what you do. If they want, they'll ask. Their friends don't need, you don't need to go to your friends. If you start a business, you at least need to tell your friends that you're starting something new. If they're interested, they'll say yes or no. Then that's it. They're done. Their next 10 years is marketing to people who don't know you. You were told to open a group. Were you told how to fill it? They tell you to go into other people's groups. That's just, do you feel that that's ethical? Going into somebody else's group who spent money to grow it and nurture?
No, I don't. That's why I haven't done it.
Well, thank you, because I don't, you don't do that. You go into groups.
But just press the invite button and invite all your followers and everything, Invite, do 20 or 30 a day.
All right.
That's how you fill your
Tell
group.
me what kind of experience these people that are giving you, do they have results, and are they using exactly the same method that they're teaching you? Who are these people?
Well, they've got their groups. They're doing what you're doing, basically, as in doing Zoom calls and everything, and doing trainings and challenges and et cetera, et cetera. But,
are they successful?
They're earning good money. They're earning good money, so they must be doing something right.
I bet you they're paying for marketing then.
Possibly. They tell you they're not.
So I would say 5 years ago, the group thing worked. Probably a bit longer than that. Probably 8 years ago, the group thing worked. I grew a network marketing team going into groups and doing it. It is not the thing that you do today. The landscape shifts. The way we run ads today is different from a year or two ago. The group method doesn't work. Creating your own group and filling that group with people who are interested in your stuff and what you help people with, that works. How do I fill the groups? I don't go knocking on other people's group doors unless they've invited me in to do a special guest presentation. Otherwise, I'm marketing. I'm putting myself in front of traffic sources of people who do not know me. So creating a group, yes, good advice. They need to teach you how to fill it that is ethical for you. Some people are okay with DMing people. I get them all the time. People DMing me and I'm like, not interested, bye. It is not my method. That is not what I teach. Inviting all your friends into the group is also a no-no. Because what ends up, you
I
end up with a
friends in
group.
the family to fill it.
No, don't ever do that. Never, ever do that.
Yeah, you feel
it.
pretty awkward talking about things like that in front of your family who,
So don't do it.
think
And
you're
I'm telling you
doing
right
anything,
now, never invite your friends and family into your group. My friends and family aren't in any of my Facebook groups. They have nothing to do with it. And then also it skews your sexy numbers, your metrics. Because I've just added 100 friends to the group so it looks like I've got followers. And only 2 of them are actually ideal clients. The rest are just vanity metrics. You can be successful with a group of 40 people and still run a 5 and 6 figure launch event. I've done it.
Okay.
You don't need a massive group to make massive impact. You just need to follow up, talk to people, be a human to a human. I should get you to set me a timer. Now, you said you've been trying to do this for years. I'm going to ask you a question. Actually, I'm going to make a statement. I don't want you to let this turn into another day, turn into another month, turn into another year, and you're still trying to choose. Do you want to help people? That's a question. Do you want to help people?
Yeah. Well, that's why I became a naturopath, and that's why I did all the courses I do and all the training I've done. And
do you think sitting there thinking any longer is going to help you achieve that goal?
no, well, this is why I'm trying to come to a solution so I can get out there and actually do it.
So I've given you a solution for choosing your niche today. Are you willing to accept that to now move forward? 100%. Okay. So Judy, what do you do? Who do you
I help midlife women.
Midlife women who?
Going through transition and, bring their health and well-being. I've actually got a bio. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, don't make it fancy. The fancier it is, and if somebody's got to ask, what do you mean? It's not clear enough.
No, I didn't make it fancy. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay. It didn't sound, to me, I help people going through transition with health and wellness. What is the transition? What health and wellness? That is not a statement. That is a very broad, I help people. I help women going through menopause. Full stop. Done. Does that make you feel uncomfortable?
No.
No? Are you ready to stop thinking and start doing?
I've been trying to, start doing it. It just hasn't worked.
Yeah, but if you keep doing the same thing on repeat, what is that a sign of? Insanity. You can't keep doing the same thing on repeat and expect things to change. Are you ready to do something different and actually move forward to take action? To start helping women with menopause?
Yeah, I was looking at the stress aspect of menopause, and I've actually got a program called Frazzle to Flow, which is what I've been trying to put together and get out there.
Have you helped women with menopause before? Answer is yes. We don't need a full program to get it out there. We just need to get people to raise their hand and start helping them.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm trying to find the people and trying to,
Yeah, so when you say I'm trying to find the people, tell me exactly what you're doing to try and find people.
As I say, what the people have told me to do,
And you're doing that every single day?
No.
Okay. So you're not really
I've had
trying.
A bit
Can I call you on your bullshit that you're not really trying if you're not doing something every day to grow your business? You've got a hobby.
Learning.
You got a hobby. Do you think running a business is a 1 hour a day job?
No.
Especially starting a new business, do you believe it's a 1 or 2 hour a day job?
No, but as I say, I'm totally transitioning from one-on-one clients, which was you put an ad in the local paper and the phone rings.
Yeah, exactly. Life
trying to
changes,
learn
the
all this
world
marketing
changes.
and social media.
Yeah.
I find it overwhelming. I just want to be a naturopath. I don't really want to be a social media, advertising, marketing person.
Here's another choice that probably Jenny should help you with. Do you want to run a business, or you can still be a naturopath and work for somebody else?
I've never worked for somebody else.
So you want to transition to group, because you can get customers like that, can you? To help people with menopause, no problems. Can you?
Is that a question?
Yes, that's a question. Can you get clients like that? You know exactly how to get clients to help them in one-on-one.
I did know how, but now I don't know how. This is what I'm trying to, to learn. That's why I do a lot of summits and challenges and things, trying to learn how. You hear about tiny challenges, you do five days of free consultations, and then you sell them your program. And I'm going through all this with all different people and trying to figure out what's the best way of doing it, what's the quickest way of doing it.
Okay, here's the deal. This is what I'm going to tell you what you need to do. Stop looking for the answers by going to every person. Choose one person and follow their recipe. Follow one person's recipe from start to finish. Because everybody will teach you something different. You've got to find something that resonates with you, your beliefs and your values. They need to have the results that you want. They also need to run marketing the way that feels good for you. Right? They need a community that you can turn to. You need to choose one, not 20, because what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure because you're listening to too many people giving you different recipes. If I went into the cupboard and I pulled out a book to make a cake, chocolate cake, I open this book and it says best chocolate cake in the world. I'm going to make the best chocolate cake in the world. This book tells me it's awesome. So I make the chocolate cake and then I go back to the cupboard. Oh, shit, another book. Best chocolate cake in the world. The first chocolate cake told you to sift the flour, rub the butter through, use melted chocolate. Second recipe book says preheat the oven, use cocoa powder. Which is right? So you need to choose somebody to follow. The reason why people are successful is ACE. Thank you, Tony Robbins. Right? The reason why successful are RIM. Repetition, immersion, model a proven practice. Marketing is not new, but there's many different ways to do it. Putting an offer together is not new. There's many ways to do it. But you can't go to 10 different people and ask them to show you the way, because all their ways are going to be different.
Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. Some are similar.
But they're never exactly the same. That's what makes you different from somebody else who helps people with menopause. You do it different too. We all will do something similar to our competitors, but there'll always be something that makes us different. So stop following everybody. Find one person and say, when I choose a mentor, actually I choose a business mentor every year. I choose a mindset mentor every year, and I have my therapist. And then when I have that business coach and their program, I don't do anybody else's program. And I do exactly what they tell me to do. I was working with Barry Baumgartner. She actually works with Tony Robbins, right? And inside her course, you could see all these people that had joined her course, and you can actually see how often they watch a video. So you can look at and compare yourself against others. Most people watch the video once or twice. I would watch a video 12 times. Repetition, immersion, and model the proven practice. Everything I know I've learnt from somebody else. I've just put it together in my way. Every school teacher teaches what they've learnt from somebody else. And if you want to move to group, that's easy. I can tell you, I've worked with people who help people with menopause, who help people with autoimmune disease. One of our clients, Aline, well, she's scaled out now. She started just helping people with autoimmune disease. She shifted a few times. She still helps people with autoimmune disease. She's personally got MS. So she's honed in. She went into MS. And then after working with more and more people, and she started a community, people paying $495 a month to be in her community, she now has niched it to food with people with autoimmune and MS and food. She got approached by one of the bigger names. I can't remember the name of the lady, but her food guru was away on maternity leave for a few months, and she was asked to come and present on stage with her. Yes, Dr. Walls, that's the one. So she ended up being asked by Dr. Walls to actually, because she honed into food. When she first started doing and joining and helping Dr. Walls, it was very broad. And that's when, before I was saying, you will niche that niche. Let's just start with help women with menopause, and then it might be food. It might be supplements. It might be any of the naturopath methods that you use. It might be hypnotherapy, right? But until you start working with people, niching that niche will not happen. You will find those that you want will be attracted to what it is. Exactly, right, Deborah? They're amazing. We've got a few friends with MS.
Terry Walls.
Yeah, I was just saying, Dr. Walls. That's who my client ended up getting some work with, like talking on her stage, which is huge. So midlife women with menopause, if that's where you're going to go, now you need to choose the method to put this together. You need to choose somebody to help you with that, because I can tell you, if you continue to do it alone, you will be in the same place you are this time next year. I don't care who you choose, but my advice is you choose somebody. You cannot do this alone, no matter how much you would like to.
I already have chosen two, and they haven't helped me, and I'm still trying to pay them off before I can go to somebody else who can help me.
Well,
that's the problem. And I need the clients to get the money to pay somebody to do that.
I can get scrappy. Never ever tell me that I can't afford something, because I'll get scrappy. I look around here and I'm like, can sell that, can sell that, can sell that. I'll look on Facebook. I can buy that and sell that for more. I can get scrappy. I've had clients who couldn't afford my program. They were living in a combi van and they started Uber driving. There's always a way if you want it bad enough. Honestly, there always is. You can figure it out. Everything is figure-outable. But you got to want it and believe it enough. No matter how much I might want it for you, there's something that's holding you back, because you keep thinking that if I just learn more, if I just follow 10,000 people, the answers will come. Too broad. Don't you think? Am I wrong? Am I totally wrong? Do you think what I'm saying is a load of bullshit? Because honestly, just tell me the truth. I'd prefer that than you.
No, a lot of the people are, they concentrate more on people like you, as in on the marketing side, and that's where they're making a lot of money. But I don't know too many coaches, these people that are actually helping health coaches actually make money. The results they're showing are all people that are doing marketing type stuff, and business type stuff.
Well,
and I'm finding I'd like to see some people that have actually got naturopaths or, people in health fields like the autoimmune or whatever, where they're actually making good money with their programs.
I can point you in the direction of my clients and you can have a chat with them. It's there, it's doable. And it's
so teaching people how to make money seems to be a bigger thing.
No, not at all. What do you want? Do you want a multi-million dollar business? To me, that just comes with headaches.
No.
Right?
No, I don't.
What's good money to you? What's good money to you is different to other people.
Yeah.
What is good money? How much a month would you like to earn?
Oh, I'd be comfortable on 10,000 a month. 10,000? I don't need to earn $1 million.
Yep, beautiful. So 10,000 a month.
More would be good. I've got grandchildren.
Yep, 10,000 a month. I mean, you need to talk to one of our clients, Leanne. She came in for the Sparkle Christmas party that we had, and she's one of the interviews I did for Where Are They Now. When she started with us, she had no money. Now she goes, making 6 figures a year, that's easy. And she just helps people with mindset work. That's it. Right? It's doable. Alison helps people with autoimmune and food. She's paying her bills. It's doable. You've got to believe that you can. Because if you keep telling yourself that, oh, nobody is successful in this line of business, guess what's going to happen? If you keep believing and saying that out loud, I need to see the proof. Nobody is ever successful. Only the people that are successful are doing marketing. If you keep saying that out loud, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that anything will change, or do you think that you will attract what you say?
I don't keep saying it out loud. I'm just saying it to you. It's just something I've been thinking of lately. I'm thinking that all the courses I'm doing and the challenges I'm doing, they're the ones that seem to be the ones that are making the money. And the ones in the health field, I want to hear more about the people in the health field that are actually doing something and making the money.
So go and...
Because all the examples they give is the other.
Yeah.
You know?
So what you're doing is you're looking for answers from somebody who's teaching you what you need to know. Do what I did. Go buy the courses of the people that appear to be making money and go through their courses. Learn about them, become their friends, talk to them. Amy Porterfield, right? She was one of my coaches. I bought her course. I ended up working with her. I've had her and interviewed her on the podcast because I wanted to see what successful looked like from the inside.
Yeah.
Go and buy some of the people that you see and you look up to, like that's the business I want. Go buy their courses. Go through it. See what it is they're doing and then model, RIM, repetition, immersion, model a proven practice. But don't go into a marketing guru and expect that they're going to teach you what you need to know in that health industry. They're going to teach you about marketing. I can do that. Yeah. They're not going to teach you about how to do hypnotherapy. They're going to show you the marketing stuff you need to do. Is this helpful, or do you feel like I'm just telling you what to do and you're going to walk away and go, well, that was shit? Just be honest, honestly, because I prefer...
I'm not thinking it's shit at all. I'm still trying to work out what it is that's the missing piece for me.
I think you need a mapping session. At the end of the day, you need a mapping session. Our mapping sessions are literally pulling your brain apart. This conversation we're having right now, imagine sitting here for 8 hours doing this. At the end of the day, we have it. Locked in, right? Anywhere from 3 hours to, I think the longest I've done is about 8.5 hours. I don't stop until you're walking away and you're like, I'm so excited. I can't wait to do my thing, right? Because you've been spinning now for over a year. You said multiple years.
Yeah, and I think I'm very frustrated with it because, you know, I'm hearing all the different stories and you should be doing this and you should be doing that. And then I'm thinking, what do people really want? And am I wasting my time with this because, you know, that's not what people want?
Yeah. Sounds very familiar to pretty much all the people.
Something. You know, I even did a poll. On Facebook, you know, menopausal women, what's your biggest problems? You know?
Yeah.
And they came up with health.
Yeah. There's actually, message mining is a better way to get that information. Just doing a poll on that.
I don't know what that is.
It's a way to interview people who don't yet know you to find out what the words are that they're using and the problems they're having with menopause, not to get them as a client, but to actually learn more, to refine your offer, to refine your messaging. So putting a poll out, that sure, one thing out of many things to do, but you need to choose somebody who you believe is going to give you the results, because otherwise, honestly, you're going to be here in the same place as you are in 12 months' time. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think you and I should have a session together where you're not feeling like you're the center of the attention in a room where you've got to be polite, because I don't need you to be polite. I need you to be real. Yeah.
No, there's just a few things that, you know, don't need to be aired everywhere that, you know. Yeah, that's all.
All right. Why don't
I put a link for the systems. I've already put a link for the review systems audit in the chat, Judy. If you grab that link, it's a free appointment. Go and book that and we can sit down and have a chat.
The systems review, okay.
Yeah, just got that. The girls will add notes to the file. I think we need a private conversation. because Alison said the same words that I've written down here, that you're blocking yourself, right? A lot of what's coming out of your mouth is you sabotaging yourself. You may not yet be aware of it, and that's perfectly fine. But to still be here year or years later with no progress, there's only one person that's stopping that, and it's not the gurus that you're trying to get help from.
Oh, I know there's some self-sabotage in there. I actually know what it is, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
And then
I just thought clarity would help me move forward,
Yeah.
and all that, and that would actually relieve a lot of the self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Because it would change the identity of myself.
Yeah. Well, if you're open to it, I'm happy to give you a bit more time to talk through this, to give you a bit more clarity. As you're aware, there's only a certain amount of time that we can, like, what we can dig into in one session together. However, I'm happy to gift that to you to help you get a bit further along with that clarity. But honestly, at the end of the day, darling, all I want you to do is put something out there and let people know that you're there. Even if
We've got that in common.
even if in 12 months' time you decide that half of these people that are coming in for menopause want to quit smoking, great. We move to smoking. But we don't know until you're working with people. We're constantly guessing. So we need to find a strategy for you to get past constantly looking at others to do this for you. And then and we can talk about this in a private setting. Does that sound okay with you? Because I don't want to, I feel like I've made you feel a little uncomfortable. Uncomfort's a good thing too, but we can do it in a more private setting.
No, I'm just feeling that everybody else is probably thinking they're getting very bored here. That's all. No, I'm worried about that.
I see, yeah, and that's imposter syndrome and all. Okay, let's go around the room. Because people can choose to leave. So, Bridget.
Yeah, but I don't want them to leave because of
No,
me,
they're not going to leave because of you. They're going to leave.
This is your show.
This is not my show right now. I'm actually here for you. It has nothing to do with me. Let's just find out what the room are thinking. Bridget, what are you thinking?
You're my twin, baby. Same thing. I signed up for several different methods of marketing, thinking, because the job I had, I couldn't be on the internet because I didn't want to put my name out there because of the job I was doing. I was TSA security at the airport and a federal employee. So I never was, and I had enough of people during the day because I saw 6,000 people a day. I didn't need to talk to people on a social media. So one of my things I had to do is, how do I get in front of a lot of people? And everybody, all the courses, all the marketing people were like, oh, get in front of social media. And I went on it not knowing anything about it. I'm kind of like Charles, right? Where I'm just like digging in, like, what is this? And what I thought it was and what it ended up being were two different things. And I was like, okay, the first one said, well, marketing and putting ads out more people quicker. So that's the first course I had. And then I was like, wow, this is costing me too much and taking me too long. So I went to the social media. Okay, let's do the posts. Let's do this. Let's do the slow crawl while I'm learning to get that up and then go into ads. And then everything I did, like I heard a next person, wow, that sounds good. So I did a lot of the similar things to what happened to you. And I'm the one stopping myself, and I have no qualms. I will admit it, and I know it's me, and I'm just getting over myself. So I understand exactly your frustration. And I too, I have supplements and I have a variety of them that can handle different things. So I'm looking at that senior over 65 retiring empty nester. I have what's called balance and restore. So that's my niche now. I'm going to go towards balance and restore yourself in your 60s so you can make the next 30 years of your life full and do what you like. So similar to what you're looking at, I have products for menopause. I have products for clearer thinking. I have products for autoimmune. I have a bunch of other things, but I'm going to put it under the umbrella of maximizing your vitality going forward in your 60s And then I'm going to have what's turning into a program that incorporates, hey, this is what I do. And if it fits you what you want to do, great. And if not, here's some suggestions for things I don't do. So that people have a choice and I'm not forcing what I have down on them. So yes, I'm
I
exactly like you.
I listened to your live, and I didn't have a pen with me at the time, but I really wanted to point out that the way in which you speak now is no longer product focused, and that's huge. And we get clients that come in all the time who are product focused. Sharon Sortel, always product focused because she sells Flavorista, which are flavor enhancing things for your food. She no longer talks about the product. She leads with what she helps people with. Real food, real easy. Yeah. What about Deborah? I see you were paying attention, and I can see Deborah's in that offer creation phase herself. She's actually had a mapping session. Deborah, do you want to chime in a little bit to tell Judy about your experience? Because sometimes knowing you're not alone, right, is also nice. Yeah, go for it, Deborah.
Yep. Well, my background is teaching. I was a teacher for 40 years. I left teaching at the end of 2019, and I knew that financially I couldn't really retire. I needed something. And then I've always been in the health, very enthusiastic about health and well-being, food, exercise, all that. So coincidentally, I found online a course that was functional health coaching. And I thought, well, I'm a teacher, so it's not a big step to become a coach. I didn't know what was ahead of me. It is quite a big step. Sometimes it's quite the opposite of coaching. So anyway, I did the course and loved it. And I thought, well, I'll just get myself. They did have a small section in the course that was focused on how you start a business. But by that stage, I was pretty exhausted from the whole course and the demands of the course, et cetera, et cetera. It was a lot for me to do. And not being business oriented, I kind of switched that side off. And I thought, oh, if I have a nice website, people will just come to me. That's what I believed. Of course, I did invest with a friend who is a designer and a photographer, and she builds websites. And she did the coaching course too. So she helped me, and she built me what I consider to be a very nice website. And I've blogged on my website, and I've created quite a lot of content there, and absolute crickets from it. So then a few years passed. It was all the COVID insanity going on, and then my father was very ill overseas, and one thing and another, and no business was happening. I had a few clients, but that was it. And then I started getting interested in realizing that I need to learn about marketing and business building and so on. And I did a few courses with Authentic Education, and that's actually how I got to Sally through them. And they're great. They teach really good stuff. But again, if you don't do the action, they talk about that too all the time. You need to take action. And if you don't take action, nothing's going to happen. And anyway, I landed up with OmniSam, and probably a little too early in my evolution before Sally did the whole thing with me. So what I'm saying is, and then niching was a big thing for me too, because in the beginning I thought, well, I'm a health coach, I can help everyone. And it took quite a while for me to understand that I had to niche. It's absolutely essential. There's just no two ways. Everyone talks about it, everyone says you have to do it, and they're right. You can't appeal to everyone. You can later on develop and, widen your circle and so on when people are referred to you. But in the beginning, I'm absolutely convinced of it. And then I found that the health coaching was great, but a lot of people, say, for instance, women who want to lose weight, they go on diets and they lose weight, but then they regain the weight. They
More.
can't sustain it. And then I understood that um, there's something missing. For me, there was something missing there, that setting goals and having a vision and all the things that I was working with them on was not enough to get them to stay that way, to actually change, to undergo change. And then I heard of a course in emotional eating, and I've been doing that. I only qualified a few months ago. That was the key to me to find my niche, because although I haven't suffered myself terribly with emotional eating, I think everyone, well, there might be a few people in this world that don't have it, but I think most people have link their emotions to food, and that's actually good because food is one of the great joys of life. But the, the I tend to overeat, not bad stuff, always good stuff, but I tend to just eat a little more than I need to eat. So we've all had that. And when I turned 40 one day, I looked at a picture of myself and I didn't recognize myself. And so yeah, I have gained weight and I've lost the weight and then I've started gaining the weight again. And it took me a long time, sort of from the age of 40 to maybe 5, 6 years ago when for me, I found the key. And I feel very passionate about, I'd love to help people find the key. And I'm niching with women because I think it's a, it's, I'm a woman and I think women, I think that's just natural to appeal to women. And I also want to appeal to the sort of menopausal, postmenopausal woman, again, because of my own life experience. And I think I can connect. I think I can connect with younger people too, but I think that would be ideal. So that's where I'm at. So I've been through, Judy, what you're going through, in that, yes, we could appeal to lots of different people. You are even wider than I am in the sense that you can help, a great deal of many people. But I feel that we have to find, I guess what Sally was trying to do with you was find what you're most passionate about.
Mm.
And when you find what you're most passionate about, people are going to resonate with you, and you need to put yourself out there. And nobody can start a business without people knowing about them. So that's what I've had to deal with myself, and I understand it very well. That's my journey.
Thank you, Deborah, for sharing.
Thank you.
Judy, I have true belief in the fact that you spent 30 years in this industry helping people shows your passion for helping people, right? And no matter who and what niche you choose, I truly believe you'll do it justice. The people that come to you will feel seen, heard, loved, and appreciated. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stayed in that industry for 30 years with hypnotherapy and all the things that you were doing, right? I truly believe you have an amazing gift in you, and I want to see you get out there and share it with people. And I hope that if we can get another session together, we can shift a few things for you. But, I just talking to you, I can tell that you are somebody who has that innate drive to want to help people. Seeing people who stick to something as long as you have validates that as well, right? So thank you for sharing and being vulnerable with us. Honestly, Judy, it is not easy to stand up here and to be coached. So, yeah, I take my hat off to you for being vulnerable. As you could see, nobody in the room is judging you. Everybody in the room is like, yeah, me too. And that's what being part of a community.
Glad about that, because I was thinking that I was wasting everybody's time here. They're wanting to listen to you, not to me.
No, not at all. And this is the power of group. You see, when you move from one-on-one into group, you know what I love most about group? It's not that you stop trading time for money. It's the light bulb moments that our community get from hearing other people speak, or other people ask questions that somebody's not even thought about asking, but oh yeah, I want to know about that too. And the clients that I've worked with that have had, membership-based businesses where they start in a course and then move them into, a membership to help them ongoing, I've had clients who are like, I can't see how I can help them individually in a group. And you can, right? And it's such a beautiful thing to hear Bridget speak to you, to her struggles, to watch Deborah come in and speak to hers, because you're not alone in what you're thinking, and you haven't wasted anybody's time here today. I'm sure it's things that other people have been needing to hear as well. I saw some head nods going on, like, yep, that's probably me. Yep, I need to do that too. Right? So
Thank you.
I have appreciated you coming up here, and I hope it wasn't too scary.
No, it's not scary. It's just, frustrating being that little mouse in the wheel going round and round.
I think what I would love to be able to gift you is the clarity to just say, this is the thing for now. It's not set in cement. It's written in sand. But at least you're going to give it a crack for, say, 12 months and see where you land, right? And when I say give a crack, you got to start telling people. So if we can get you that clarity to at least feel confident enough and stop chasing which niche, because I don't want to see another year turn into another year and another year, because you have something beautiful to share with the world, and I truly believe you should. Thank you so much. All right, my ashes.
I found my bio.
Oh, you did? Yeah, sure.
I did.
Yeah.
I help midlife women reclaim their health and wellness and to celebrate change.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. So we will, with a few things that come up around that I wanted to share with you, but I'll talk to you about that in a private session.
Okay.
It's a good start. And even just, you keep, when we were talking, and I've looked back through what it was that you've sort of spoken about in the past, and the midlife women is definitely a way to go. Anyway, Ash is like trying to get my attention, when I'm coaching, sorry guys, literally I am 100% glued to Judy. I see nothing else. I see nobody in the room. I don't see the chat. I don't see anything. All I was there was with Judy. So I'm really sorry that I wasn't looking at anybody when we were talking, and I saw a few people trying to send me messages as well. And Ash is telling we've got a meeting and that I've gone over my 15 minutes. We might have to get Ash to be the ding dong bell from now on. Right? Give me a timer.
Hi, everyone. Yes. So what I may do with laser coaching, and yes, it was great stuff. And it was really deep, and I didn't want to interrupt, which is why I didn't sort of jump in. But we had quite a few laser coaching applications, and we did want to get through a couple, which unfortunately we're not able to do now. However, we will work out whether we do it tomorrow or we add an additional session that is just a laser coaching only for anyone who applied, so that, everybody gets a bit of a go. And rather than just throwing up the clock, I might just jump in if we're 10 minutes over or something like that, and then say, all right, guys, let's wrap it up. So it's not that I don't want people to get value. It's that I want everyone to have value.
Since I've learned I've got ADHD as well, I've realized I have a time vortex. I actually don't know how, I'll tell my husband all the time, I'll be 5 minutes, and he'll come out, it's been an hour and a half.
And regarding the prizes, so because of yesterday's tech glitch, we weren't able to do the prize wheel. What we're going to do is we're actually just going to go live straight to the group later on today and do a prize draw for yesterday and a prize draw for today in one video. And we'll open up a spot on Homebase or something like that where we can drop it, so you can click it if you can't find it. All right, so we'll figure something out there.
Thanks,
for the
Ash.
prizes, so that we can give you all your gifts and get that sorted. Just keep in mind regarding the prizes, we don't award them and physically give them until the week following the challenge, because we want you to focus on this challenge and get through all the bits and pieces. So at the end of next week, you will start to receive some emails if you're a winner regarding the prizes. So we will do a live stream and do the prize wheel into the group a little bit later today.
Awesome. Thanks, Ash. Sorry for going overtime, guys. Yeah, we're going to need to work out a way to shut Sally up. All right.
It's not about shutting you. It's not about shutting you up at all.
I know.
It's
I go into a time vortex. I'm like, I'm going to fix it. I felt like I wanted to fully just do a whole day mapping session with you, Judy. Honestly, I was like, I want to get you past this. It's been a year. Let me do this. Oh, dear. All right, my beautiful humans. We are going to wrap up. Like Ash said, we will organise another laser coaching probably tomorrow. We'll see how the day goes. We'll look at our timetables and meetings. Home play. Oh, shit, I haven't done home play. All right, home play is, your home play today is, it's in your workbook anyway. So when it comes to a nurture, I want you to start thinking about your first email that you can send to nurture people. So think about what's something I can do around a mistake that you can help people overcome, a mindset thing that you have, a method or something you've helped people with, something they can do to get a quick win, or maybe it's a short lesson. And this is going to be just a love email that has nothing to do with selling. And it's not to go and write the whole thing, but I want you to come up with an idea, at least to get you started with your long-term nurture. And then show us your subject line. What will the subject line be for that email? I'll tell you an example around when we run our, because we've got a 2-year nurture. Sometimes we notice an email's done well because all of a sudden we get people booking demos, right? Because off the back end of the nurture, people can go and look at the website and they'll go and do some research around us, or they'll go read a blog post wherever we're clicking out to. And then we're like, oh, that's a good one. Let's do that next quarter. So pay attention that if you start getting people booking, or you get 2 or 3 people starting to message you, that's one place I would check, is your long-term nurture emails, because now we've got one that we know always gets lots of attention, and we just make sure we run that one a little bit more often than once every 2 years. I haven't sat down and done all the figures of all the emails to look for clicks, but there's one that at the moment that always gets demos no matter when we send it. All right, the second one is your Live in 5. So for your Live in 5 challenge today, this one is going to push you a little bit. I want you to tell us, what does success and failure look like for you? And then I want you to share something really valuable that you've learnt from failure. Now, failure is just a word, right? Everybody sees that word failure in many different ways, and the same as the word success. If I say the word success, I'm sure all of you will give me a different word that explains success to you. But don't be scared to be vulnerable. This is the thing with the industry that we're in, is it's okay to share your vulnerability. It makes you real, especially when we want to get out and help people. They don't want to see that you never make mistakes. They don't want to see that you're perfect, because then they see it as unattainable. I show up, flaws and all. I generally put on a bit of makeup because I'm speaking to, people that want to pay a lot of money. But if I was teaching yoga, I could come in exercise equipment and a messy bun, even though I have the messy hair at the moment, right? But be a little vulnerable. Share. I'm really, and Ash said it the other day, we're really impressed with how deep people are going on the lives, right? Because it's a safe space in our community, but when you're able to do that on a live to other people, you'll be surprised. I remember the first time I shared the story about my son Dylan. Like, I was so scared. I was very happy though that it was during Periscope and it only lasted 24 hours online. But now I can talk about it. All right, so next is, what did you like most about day 4? And I want to know what your favorite quote is. Everyone's got a favorite quote. Mine's never let anyone dull your sparkle, as you may have guessed. And of course, end with a question so those viewers have something to tippy tap type below your video. All right, tomorrow we have Sparkle Party. So we're going to cover the snowball effect and what happens when you do start running the same thing on repeat. We'll do the business owner's journey. I typed that in the background while Ash was talking because I brought up that I'm going to share that in that session that we just did. Then we're going to also set up a 90-day plan. And don't forget, tomorrow is graduation. You've made it to the end. So we're going to have a sparkle party. And the dress code is sparkles or colours. All right, so sparkles or colours. The topics, they should also be in your workbook, but I'll just flick back to that for you, Alison. All right, so there we go. We are set. I've given you all the things that you're supposed to have to move forward, all your home play, your live in 5, and what's happening tomorrow. Okay, guys. I'm going to head off and head back to the VOZ. So anyone, no. I'm going to go into a breakout room and I'm going to take Bridget and Joanne into a breakout room. I just want to have a little chat with you. But to everybody else out there on the live, never let anyone dull your sparkle. And I will see you all tomorrow. Sparkle Party!
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.